It's a great shot on goal. It could be there. There it is. Wow. There it is.
Great shot.
Joyce the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Unloads it. Caught at the 15 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Darien.
Bay checks out.
Saved by Escamilla.
And a great look, great effort by Lindsay Bennett.
Trying to get some aerial there. There it is. Yes.
The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school girls varsity soccer this afternoon from the Oval on the campus of Darien High School. It's the first round of the Class Double-L state tournament between the 8th-seeded Darien Blue Wave and FCAC rival Danbury. Welcome in, everybody. Damian, Andrew, glad you could join us on this broadcast this afternoon as the state playoffs are underway. Joining me on the broadcast, the head coach of the boys soccer team here at Darien, John Bradley. We are going to take a quick pause for the national anthem.
Bloody hell.
As I mentioned, John Bradley joining us on the broadcast this afternoon. It's been a while since you and I sat in this booth here overlooking the Oval. Varsity girls soccer state playoffs. Of course, Darien lost in the first round last year to Trumbull, an FCAC team. They play another FCAC team this afternoon in Danbury, a team they beat during the regular season at Stadium Field under the lights 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's a interesting matchup today. Is it the first game, if my brain serves me correctly, we scored in, I think, the 70th or 71st minute. It was the defence that day for Danbury played really well. We struggled that day to move the ball around too much. I think here I'd be looking for Darien to have a lot of movement to start out. And what I mean by that is the players moving, the ball moving, keep the game fluid. If the game's not fluid, it plays into Danbury's hands, because I think that they're 4 defenders, I think, are all seniors, if I remember. A very, very strong defence. They've changed the keeper, but this keeper's good. So Darien's going to have to be patient, maintain possession of the ball. And the longer we can do that, it's going to tire Danbury out, whereas the first game we tended not to do that.
How difficult is it to play an FCAC conference rival in the playoffs, especially early on? They know each other. Obviously, the FCAC is a loaded conference, so a number of teams making the state tournament. But how difficult is that to play the same team a second time, only this time with the stakes a little bit higher in the state tournament?
It's not only difficult, it's incredibly frustrating. When you go all year, play your 16 conference games, make the playoffs or in the league, or don't make the playoffs, and then go and face someone in your league, it actually takes some of the fun out of making the state tournament. The advantage you have, each team will know exactly what to expect today. You haven't gone and got any new players in. This is not the English Premiership where you can change things up, sign some new players. So everyone knows the way the game's going to be. Danbury, obviously, again, I thought were a very good, cagey team last time. Darien struggled to dominate that game. So Danbury, in return, I imagine, is going to stick with the same formation, same system, and plan to try and nick a goal here or there, or maybe get a corner kick, maybe get a set piece. I don't imagine Danbury's going to open this game up too much. And Darien has said it's going to be patience. We're almost back to full health. Darien, 1 or 2 injuries. Looks like I said, we changed 1 or 2 things up. You can tell from the way they're lining up that it looks as though Emily D'Annunzio has gone into midfield, which I think is going to be a plan to basically go at Danbury. Knowing that Danbury's not going to come out of its shell, by moving Emily into centre midfield definitely gives Darien the upper hand.
Had an opportunity. We are underway now here from the Oval on the campus of Darien High School on a chilly, windy day here in Darien. Danbury in the royal blue, Darien in the black jerseys with the white shorts. Darien moving from left to right, Danbury from right to left. The weather certainly could be a little factor this afternoon. A little breezy out there.
Not under this tent. This tent's gorgeous. I feel like I'm back in Palace under here.
We are under a tent here, but
to be fair, I mean, this is a gorgeous day for November 7th. The conditions here could be a lot worse. As I said, I think you're going to see a fairly scrappy first 10-15 minutes.
Well, this is a Danbury team coached by Jessica Hallis. She's done a terrific job with the program, and as she told me before the first regular season matchup between these two teams, she has athletes on this team, and that's something that Darien has as well.
Well, I also think she's doing a little bit of a disservice to her players there, and I've known her a long time. They've also got some talent on this team as well. Back in the day when I started, 2002, Danbury was always one of those teams towards the bottom of the conference. Now, their last 4 or 5 years always making the state tournament, 1 or 2 players away from actually, I think, being in the top 4 or 5 teams in the league. So they've got 5 or 6 very good players. So I think today's going to be an interesting game.
You're an American football fan. Jessica Hallis told me before the last matchup between these two teams, she's a huge Chicago Bears fan. Obviously, the Hallis family, long owners of the Chicago Bears. She's a huge Bears fan, diehard, and as we've found out, a terrific soccer coach as well. Down into the near side corner.
Again, I said I'd expect the first 10-15 minutes both teams to be a little bit cagey, feeling each other out. I said Darien's going to have to look to exploit the space. It looks like Darien again has made a little change here, moving Ellen Harnish out. Oh,
there's Katie Ramsey on the break, and Katie Ramsey just wide of the near post.
Excellent save by the keeper.
So she gets ahead of the defense.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good save by the goalie, coming off her line there.
The goalie, John, a freshman, Jessica Ferrandino, not the same goalie that Darien saw in the first matchup between these two teams. So a freshman goalie for Danbury, Jessica Ferrandino, and a senior keeper for Darien, and Chrissy Fiore, one of the best keepers in the state of Connecticut.
Well, this will be an interesting, as I said, Christine, as I said, one of the best keepers in the league. If this goalie is, if that saves anything to go by, this goalie is understands the game. She really gave Ramsey there no option but to go round. It was probably the wrong decision, which is rare this year for Katie. Katie should have probably looked to go round her there, but obviously I looked to take advantage as well of the ref struggling to keep up with the offsides, because I thought she was 2 or 3 yards offside, just happened to be in line with us.
Of course, Lee Parsons, the head coach of Darien, has done a terrific program. In fact, I found something out today that I did not know. His teams have qualified for the state tournament every season he's been the head coach of the Blue Wave. Yeah,
he's done an excellent job since he took over. I think it was in 11 or 12. Now it'll be interesting. I said the girls have got that's a very good ball. If Ellen Harnish can get on the end of this.
Ellen Harnish wide of the near post. In 2015, you know, Glastonbury's been kind of their bugaboo in this state tournament. They lost to Glastonbury in 2015, lost to them in 2014. Of course, Glastonbury went on to win the state championship that year in 2014, and then they lost in the quarterfinals to Glastonbury in 2012.
Oh, it's a machine up there. Glastonbury, outstanding program the last couple of years.
We spoke about Emily D'Annunzio at the start of the broadcast. Emily D'Annunzio has had a fine senior season. I had a chance to talk to her at practice the other day, and she is just thrilled to be going to play in that All-American game in December. She's one of 3 FCAC players headed to that game, and that just speaks to the strength of the conference.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I had the privilege of knowing all 3 of those girls, and as I said in the previous broadcast, all thoroughly deserving and a great. That's a good ball as well.
Here's Ramsey by herself, and a nice save by Ferrandino, the freshman keeper. Sprawled out to her right, went down and got it.
Great
Terrific effort.
But again, that's 3 great chances for Darien in the first 5 minutes, which shows what I know about the game, because it took about 60 minutes to get 2 chances in the first game they played against each other. And today that's 3 1v1s with a keeper in 5 minutes. So I imagine Jessica's going to be a little disappointed over there in how Danbury have started out. Fortuitously for them, they haven't given up a goal yet, but they're going to have to be careful, because today, if Darien get the first goal, I don't see Danbury being able to play catch-up here.
And you were right. You said earlier in the broadcast it was Katie Ramsey who scored in the second half of the first matchup between these 2 teams. As we said, 1-0. Darien won the regular season matchup.
What, Danbury with a throw-in right by the benches. Imagine they look just to play it down the line. It's a good turn.
We're going to take another look at Ramsey shot on goal. A great save by the freshman keeper from Danbury, Jessica Ferrandino. Nice work by our director, Brendan Ross, bringing us that instant replay. We're just underway here from the Oval on the beautiful campus of Darien High School. Chilly, brisk day, but like you said, John, could be a lot worse weather-wise.
Could be a lot worse, yeah. I said it's not too bad. I think, as we were saying, Darien's had a great run over the last couple of years. Maybe the draw hasn't been kind to them, but I think this year Darien is primed to make a good run into the state tournament. I said sometimes the boys is very similar this year. The top part of the boys bracket in Double L is far weaker than the bottom, so teams are knocking each other off. I think with the draw that Darien have, this could be the year, the way they've been playing, to really make a go at making the semis or the final. Well,
head coach Lee Parsons, I spoke to him the other day at practice. He was very confident heading into the state tournament. Obviously, they were disappointed by the first round loss in the FCAC tournament to Ridgefield.
It's a bit of a scrap in the box. Darien looking to clear their lines.
And the clear out.
And they have to be careful to prevent the counter-attack from Darien. But I think you can see by the change in formation here again, against Ridgefield, it wasn't a case of being unlucky. I said I watched that whole game. I think the change of formation is just to try to get a little bit more attacking play and get the ball forward, which Danbury, great chance here. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed that wasn't a better shot on goal.
Christina Britton, one of their captains, midfielder, senior, number 24 with the shot on goal, wide of the near post.
And you can see already it's kind of the trade-off. When you have someone of Emily D'Annunzio's talent, the trade-off is, do you keep her in the back where probably Danbury don't have the 2 shots they've had already, or do you move her into midfield and you get more attacking? So Darien have had 3 great chances, and that's what I think we'll be looking to do. I think if Darien get 1 or 2 goals here, you'll definitely see Emily D'Annunzio move back to centre defence.
Emily D'Annunzio headed to Colgate after this season. A terrific player. As we mentioned, voted to the East squad for the high school All-American game down in Florida, I believe that's where that is played.
Yeah, they're playing on, down in Orlando. And I said I think it's a reward for the 3 players, her, Lauren and Tori, the hard work they put in off the field in their club soccer. And they're thoroughly deserving, and it's going to be a fantastic experience for them.
So we're about 10 minutes into this one. First round of the Class L state tournament, high school varsity girls soccer. Darien taking on Danbury.
We've had
score.
We've had more shots on goal than we did the whole of the first game.
I know, in the whole of the first game, you're absolutely right. Darien has had some early opportunities, as has Danbury.
Yeah, I think we had 3 good chances and they've had 2.
Yep.
Well, like I said, that's the trade-off with there only being one. Emily D'Annunzio is where do you put her? I think if we can get 1 or 2 goals out of this, you'll definitely see her go back to centre-back to lock up the game.
And I want to thank you, John, for hopping on this broadcast. I know you're a little bit
how ironic you use that
up.
word, hopping.
You haven't been doing much hopping lately. I know you banged up your knee a little bit.
I'm hoping it's just a little bit. We'll soon find out tomorrow. But it's nice to see a big crowd here today as well. The kids are off school. See a bunch of the Darien boys, football team, soccer team.
Yep.
A bunch of the DSA kids. It's a nice crowd. The rain looks as though it's coming in at 4 o'clock right now, so hopefully it will hold off.
Well, these games now from here on out are big. They don't get any bigger than the state tournament. Of course, Darien, the 8th seed, the top 7 seeds in L, get a first-round bye.
Yeah, it's just really strange what they've done the last couple of years, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Basketball and baseball no longer have any buys. Soccer is not there yet. So that's on the table.
I believe you're right, yes.
So it's kind of a strange year for soccer that the top 7 teams oh, what a save.
And a great save by Chrissy Fiore.
That may be one of the best saves of the season.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That may have been one of the best saves of the season for the senior keeper from Darien, a terrific keeper headed to the Naval Academy.
I think that was from those ones from point blank range are very, very difficult. Firstly, you've got to be incredibly brave, which definitely wasn't me when I played. I think I played 1 game in goal, and that was the end of it, because she's got to stand tall there. I think if we look back in a minute, the girl was maybe top of the 6-yard box. And that was an incredible to hang on to it. Again, we've got Katie Ramsey coming down the right.
There's Katie Ramsey.
If she can just see them in, that's a great cross. Unlucky, just out of bounds.
We're going to take another look, John, at that great save by Chrissy Fiore. Terrific, as you mentioned, point blank and range right there.
And held on to it, so not only you got to be brave and hang in there, she didn't spill it.
As you said, there's been a number of opportunities already in this game, but still no score. 27:45 left in the first half between Danbury and Darien, first round of the Class L state tournament.
I said, to be fair, watching this game, that's excellent play there by Danbury. As I said, obviously I'm biased because I'm a Darien fan. If I'm watching this is a very, very entertaining game.
And as you mentioned, a good crowd.
Oh, the crowd's excellent. As I said, the amazing thing, the irony of having 2 refs, one gave a corner, one gave a free kick. They're not really too sure what they're both doing. The irony of this when you watch this game is the league games where, my philosophy with the league games where you get 16 games to prepare for the postseason, which within girls soccer with some of the teams being weaker than others, I mean, a team like Darien would expect to make the postseason. A lot of the games have been cagey affairs in the season, like the West Hill game, this game, and if you'd have seen a lot of other ones like Ward Ludlow, it's amazing more games are not like this in the regular season. I think both teams today are playing fantastic. I think the attacking play is excellent, the ball movement's good, the tempo's there, and maybe the rest is what comes into it. As I said, you play 16 games in 6 weeks where kids are simply tired. You look today and both teams look full of energy, buzzing, tempo's high. It's been a fantastic first 14 minutes.
Corner opportunity here for the Blue Wave. Ellen Harnish will take it.
I'd look for Emily D'Annunzio to making a run behind number 24 here. I think that's where the space is. That's where the ball is. Oh, unlucky.
That was a great serve by Harnish.
Yeah, I think you could see by what the coaches will be reiterating at halftime there is no one covered the back post. Someone forgot their job there, which would be a little bit frustrating because I know the girls would have worked on that in practice.
So a substitution for Darien. Lauren Solger comes in. And Kate Bellissimo checks out. Here's Harnish in the corner. Tries to turn it. That's cleared out by Danbury.
I think Darien could look to switch the field here.
Nice ball by Leah Sarkeesian of Danbury.
Well done there by Anna Fox.
Yeah, even Katie Ramsey, who, as we know, has been a little banged up with that bulky knee late in the season, she looks like she is at full strength.
Yeah, she looked, as I said, her knee, she could probably lend me a knee brace, to be fair. I could do with it. But, yeah, I mean, again, her knee was bothering up. It was nice to get the rest. Again, the wear and tear on your body of 16 games, it's very, very difficult.
Well, you and I talked about that earlier in the season during one of our broadcasts. What they ask these players to do, both the boys' teams and the girls' teams, to play 3 games in a week is a tall task.
Yeah, I would prefer if I could take one of the people and let them go play a soccer game, just one. They wouldn't last 5 minutes. And then asking these kids to play 3 a week, it's crazy. And then and some of them roll straight into their other seasons. Darien looking to get this big throw into the box. If she can flick this on, this could be dangerous.
There's Ramsey.
Oh, this could be trouble.
Great shot. A great shot by Emily D'Annunzio from outside the box up into the upper left-hand corner of the goal, curves it in, and Darien is on board first in this Class LL state tournament game.
And you can mark my words now. Write it down at the 19th minute that this game is going to be a struggle now. That was exactly what Danbury didn't want, giving that goal up 20, 25 minutes in.
We're going to take another look at that pretty goal from Emily D'Annunzio. Great work there. Great camera work by Jack Roberson on that one.
Put it this way, I won't plan on having anything to do at 2 o'clock on Thursday, because I think that was exactly what they didn't want. Now it'll be interesting to see now. I think Darien will go looking for the second goal. It's a good turn.
If Darien holds on to win this game, they will play Thursday, John, as you mentioned, 2 o'clock, against most likely Shelton.
Again, I think the draw, I think Shelton are...
Fiore takes care of that.
I think that you only can go and play what's put in front of you, and I think Darien are going to be a far stronger team than Shelton, but let's get this second goal here. If Darien can get the second goal here and put this game away, it'd be perfect. It's good pressure there from Emily Bergwell. Danbury looking to switch the play. Again, some nice possession here from Danbury.
Here's Sarkeesian.
It's a good ball.
Serves that up into the box. Fiore comes away with it. So it's 1-0 Darien, 22:15 left in the first half. Yeah, Darien would play the winner of the Shelton South Windsor game, which is at 4:30 this afternoon. Great work from our producer-director, Brendan Ross.
Well done there by Bravo. She can just slip her in. Well done.
There's Bravo trying to get it to Solger.
As I said, I think the aim here will be to keep this tempo up, try and get the second goal, and put this game to bed. Darien back on the ball. Alana Dolan little lack of width there. You see, when Darien can use the width of the field, we're getting sucked in a little bit now into the middle. If we can just maintain the width.
And that rolls out of bounds.
As I said, really important, Darien, with Solger and Ellen Harnish out here, keep using the width of the field. It's a good header by Alana.
Does anything change tactically if you're Darien head coach Lee Parsons up 1 goal early like this?
No, because I think, again, it's been a much more wide open game than the first one. I think the intention here is to go out and get the second goal. And then, Katie Ramsey could put this game to bed right here. Good save again by the keeper.
And a great save by the freshman keeper of Danbury, Jenna Ferrandino. I know it's 1-0 Darien, but Ferrandino has been peppered with shots so far in this first half, and she's played well, John.
Yeah, and I think both keepers have made some good saves.
Well, Chrissy Fiore made maybe the best save of the year earlier in this one.
I think that one again, that Katie Rams could look to go round the keeper there would have been a better decision. But no, I think here there's nothing you can change. I think you just keep going at them. If you get the second goal, what I would do is I would then put Emily Denunzio back into midfield. Because back into defence, sorry. I think once you move her back into centre defence, there's no shot that Danbury can get 3 goals.
Centre defence, her true position, obviously, as you mentioned, playing a little midfield this afternoon.
And again, I think it's again, you can already see that. I think if you go back and count the number of shots teams have had on target in most Darien games this season, it won't be as high as this. But that's kind of the sacrifice you have to make. And I think it's working. I think Darien defence is playing well. They know they've got Fiore behind them. It's good work there by Danbury.
Darien, well, both teams actually came out in this game fired up. You could tell they were about ready to open up the state tournament.
I think it's energy levels. As I said, I think that's why this day and age it's extremely difficult to win the FCAC and go far in the state tournament because teams are just exhausted. I mean, I've done both. I've been in the finals, and you get and play your first states game and you're shot to bits. And then again, some of it is the familiarity they have with each other. That I was wrong in thinking that Danbury were going to sit back and defend. I mean, Danbury have really come at Darien today.
Chances are, if you're an FCAC team in the state tournament, especially in Class XL, you're going to have to go through at least one FCAC rival in the state tournament.
I mean, the boys is 12 teams.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of I think one whole bracket is FCAC. So I think there's going to be a FCAC boys team in the semi-final regardless.
That was a great run you had back in 2015 with the boys team here at Darien, all the way to the state finals. Special year. You must think back fondly on that season. That was a special group of guys. And
that's why we took a break this year. We're saving ourselves for next year. We're resting up.
Give a quick shout out to our production here for the DAF Media Network, Connor Darby.
That's a great ball into space. Katie Ramsey will be looking here to get a throw in or a corner. That's what her speed does. I mean,
our production crew, Connor Darby, Jack Roberson on camera 1 and camera 2.
Well done there by Emily Bergwell. Well done by Fox. That's great work there by Anna Fox. And again, it's difficult for the Danbury number 11 out here, Victoria Corte-Real, because she's constantly got Katie Ramsey breathing down her throat, which makes life difficult.
Court Real, one of the captains for Danbury, a senior defender. It's talking about our production crew, Jack Roberson, Connor Darby, Brendan Ross, Kara Tracy with us this afternoon. John Bradley, Damian Andrew joining you.
Well worked there. That's well defended there by Danbury, defending in numbers there. Let's see if we can find feet here. Well done. Emily Bergwell looking to build again. That's good work there by Darien. Unlucky, but excellent work. Again, I think Danbury have played well this first 25 minutes. The one area where they're struggling, like Darien, is they haven't got enough width, so every time they get the ball, they're tending to give it away a little bit too easily. They'll be looking to get a shot on goal here.
And a nice save by Fiore.
And again, the saves like that she makes look easy. That's not an easy save. She just reads the game so well.
Such a talented
This could be tricky to defend if Katie Ramsey can turn here. That's great work.
Of course, Katie Ramsey's mom, one of the assistant coaches of the field hockey team, and the field hockey team in action tomorrow night here on the Darien campus. Class L state playoffs. They'll play Hall out of West Hartford for their opening round game. Darien, the 5th seed in the field hockey state tournament.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking to have another good run in that and maybe get the double this year with FCX and States.
Try to get the double coming off the FCX championship.
That's excellent work by Darien. If Katie Ramsey can just swing this into the box. That miss it just might work.
Solger
right
into
there on the left.
Far corner. Lauren Solger, who just checked into the game minutes ago.
She's had a really consistent season this year as well. Very solid. I think Darien again will be looking to get big throw into the box. You can see we've kept 4 defenders back to be safe. That's a good throw. That's well defended by Danbury. Don't let it bounce and don't let it hit a black head.
You can hear the wind whipping through our microphones here at the Oval.
It's taken me 25 minutes to realise that I'm not sure why we're playing in black, even though we had a black jersey.
Well, the Darien football team wore their black jerseys in their last game against Wilton. A big win for the Blue Wave. Of course, the Darien football team, the #1 ranked team in the state, undefeated, haven't lost a regular season game since 2013. Impressive streak they're on right now. Under 15 minutes left here in the first half of this one between Darien and Danbury. The Blue Wave up 1-0 thanks to a Emily D'Annunzio goal.
Katie Ramsey will be looking to turn here. That's again, Danbury have done a great job. You can see from the first game that they've worked on defending these long throw-ins. I've been very impressed with how they've done that today. I think that'll be something that Coach Alice will be very pleased with her players about. I mean, she can't be disappointed. As I said, they've played. It's a fantastic shot by Emily D'Annunzio. No one saving that, and they've had 3 or 4 great chances. I mean, but for Christine Fiore's save from point-blank range, I mean, that could have put the game in a different, given the game a different complexion. I mean, against any other goalie in the league that Danbury have scored.
How far out do you think that D'Annunzio goal was?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the distance. I mean, she's probably 20, 22 yards out. She was just outside the box. But it's the angle with which she hit it. She hit it so clean. I'm not sure a goalie in the Premiership could have saved it. I mean,
And she sculpted it into the corner of the net.
Yeah,
pretty goal.
Yeah, the technique she used the inside of her foot, and it just flew into that far right-hand corner of the keeper. And we had the privilege of actually being right behind it, which is very rare. I mean, it was a fantastic goal.
Yeah, we got a great shot of that, which you
These
saw
are tricky
earlier.
balls to defend. If Darienne's going to need to get the second ball here, which we struggle with. If Alana Dona can just pick out Ramsey here, we'll be away again. That's a great ball. Again, well defended by Real.
You know, since that goal, John, Danbury continues to attack. They continue to be aggressive.
Yeah, no, they haven't sat back. I said they know they've got to get back in this game. So I said I think it's a much better performance today from both teams. And as I said, it literally could be down to, I mean, once you hit game 7 or 8 of the regular season, it's a grind on players, it's a grind on coaches. But this today looks 2 teams on a mission, refreshed and ready to go. If this bounces, this could be tricky. Well cleared there again by Danbury. Been very impressed as well by the work of #3, Vanessa Dahoney up front. She's definitely a very dangerous player.
Senior forward for the Hatters.
Again, I think she was looking for a PK there. That'd be interesting to see at halftime. I do know that you're not getting a PK from either of these refs. It's going to have to be a very, very, very blatant foul to give a penalty shot in a game as important as tense as this. But she definitely was pleading her case there. Danbury back on the attack.
Tahoney with a nice idea, trying to get it to Christina Britton. In the box, cleared out by the Blue Wave. As I mentioned to you earlier, I know Coach Parsons was disappointed in that 1-0 loss at Ridgefield. Tough place to play. They didn't know they were going to play Ridgefield until late the night before when the seedings came out. And to have to travel up there to Tiger Hollow, play them on their home field in the first round of the conference tournament is not an easy task.
No, I just said I think Danbury back in the attack here. As I said, you can see by the way the girls are playing today, I think, and having spoken to Coach Parsons and Coach Froley since that game, some of the frustration, and you can see how well the girls have done today, some of their frustration in that game was just how little chances Darien created. Not that Ridgefield created a lot. That's a great throw-in. Ellen Harnish with a great chance here. If he goes across the keeper, great goal. Oh, what a save. So I take it back. I take it back. I spoke too soon. What a save by the keeper.
By the freshman keeper. Jenna Ferrandino has played really well in this state tournament game.
Shows what I know about the game. I'd already chalked up goal number 2. The ref has a plan of some sort.
And that was a great,
unbelievable save. Again, I think that one rivals Fiore at the other end.
Both keepers, a senior and Chrissy Fiore from Darien.
A great play there.
And Jenna Ferrandino, the freshman keeper for Danbury, have played
outstanding,
tremendous in the first half of this state tournament game. Here's Ramsey.
Ramsey can just see, that's a great ball.
Trying to get it to Harnish on the cross.
The crowd getting a bit restless. I better let them know that sometimes there are fouls and free kicks. Silly foul there from Danbury, to be fair, because Ramsey wasn't going anywhere. These are the last things you want to be giving Darien. Be a great time to get goal number 2 here. Like I said, both of these teams playing very, very well today. The attacking play has been fantastic.
So here's Ramsey on the free kick. Lifts it into the box. And it's cleared out by the Danbury defense. Nice ball by Bergwall.
As I said, I think the great thing from Darien today is the attacking play has been excellent. As I said, with excellent work there. That's a fantastic ball. I think we've just run through to Fiore. As I said, both Darien coaches, Froley and Coach Parsons, they're both played forward themselves. So I think they'll be very happy with the attacking play of Darien today. As I said, going back to that Ridgefield game, both teams kind of counteracted each other. Ridgefield really didn't create too much either, just the one chance that fell kindly to them. So I think today showed that Darien, and especially with the teams that they could be facing in Shelton or going through to even play Suffield, I think Suffield, in my opinion, is out of its depth a little bit in double L. I think it would dominate its own. If I'm not mistaken, I think Suffield is actually an M. So I think the draw Darien have, I'm looking forward to doing the commentary of the semi-finals with you next week.
Yeah, they have an opportunity to make a definite run in this state tournament. And as I said, Coach Parsons was, without being overconfident, was confident that they could do just that.
I mean, again, when we catch him, I mean, I think I'm a positive man, so I think Darien will finish this off. But I think, again, when you speak to both the Darien coach at the end of this game, they'll be impressed with how Danbury have played. I mean, this looks like a completely different Danbury team than we faced in the first game. I mean, I don't think in the first game of the season, not the first game, in the regular season, the game they played, that Danbury had a shot on target. I don't remember. I think it was just they were happy to let Darien have the ball, happy to let Darien come at them. I mean, Christine Fiore has made a couple of great saves today. That's going to be a tricky ball. If this bounces, Ramsey could get in here. Again, I think Real's done a great job defending in there. It's not an easy task defending Katie Ramsey.
Terrific clear there by Danbury's Leah Sarkeesian. Court Real, the free kick into the Darien half of the field. Kate Bellissimo, only a freshman, such a feisty player. Big future for her here at Darien.
Yeah, I think, I mean, looking at the team out there today, and I see obviously 3 or 4 key players to Darien that are going to be very hard to replace, but I think
the cupboard is not bare next
year.
No,
I think actually, I'm just counting. I think that's a great ball by Bravo. Again, well defended by Danbury. As I said, I've been very impressed with how they've defended the free kicks and throw-ins today. And I think, if this score holds up until halftime, I think we're going to be in for a very, very exciting and open second half. Been very impressed with Anna Fox back there, how she's done looking after the defence today. I think you can see, as I said, if she can just see Ellen Harnish, that's an excellent ball.
Nice ball to Ellen Harnish. Here's Harnish.
No, that's the crowd getting a bit restless, but that is a fantastic piece of defending by Christina Cirilla. Excellent defending.
Christina Cirilla with a nice defensive effort, number 6 for Danbury. And a corner kick here for the Blue Wave. Ellen Harnish will take the corner. She serves it up into the box.
This could be trouble. Oh, great header again by Danbury.
Great ball by Harnish.
I think the Danbury Hatters have just found a new fan in me. I've never seen them. I think, I'm not sure this is the same team that showed up to play on the game in the stadium.
And they have a lot of young players on this team, including the freshman keeper, Jessica Ferrandino, who has been just lights out this afternoon.
I think they'll be a team to watch out for the next couple of years. And who knows, they'll just be believing if they can. I think Coach Alice would be happy to keep this. I think she'd be happy if this score stayed the same till halftime. Get in, 1 down to a goal that was fantastic. They've created chances. Darien, a little change here in the last few minutes. As I said, like I said in the beginning of the game, I would look for Emily D'Annunzio to move to the back. The coaches have switched her to centre back now for the last couple of minutes. It looks like coaches, looks like Ferroli and Parsons are happy to keep this tight for the next 2 minutes, going with the 1-0 lead and regroup and come out for the second half.
Maddie Joyce replacing Katie Ramsey here with...
That's a great header there.
Just about 2 minutes left in the first half. That's probably a smart substitution by Coach Parsons. Joyce comes in, Ramsey goes out, rest up until...
Yeah. Give her an extra couple minutes. Maddie Joyce, quick, feisty forward up there. She'll keep the pressure on. If we can get her a ball, she's definitely going to get on the end of it. Again, well won there by Danbury. But I think Danbury in the second half will be looking again to be a little bit more aggressive here, because it's going to be very hard to attack with, like right now they're 6-on-3. It's going to be tricky to break us down. That's well won by Anna Fox. Okay, winding down here, there's 1 minute left. But again, right now, there's not enough bodies forward for Danbury. It's going to be tough for them to produce anything in the next minute. Again, like I said, just too many black shirts in there. Come on. 30 seconds left here. That's a great ball in. Again, D'Annunzio's there. Got to clear the second ball. Well headed.
Both defenses have played well in this first half, as we're under 10 seconds left. And that will just about do it for the first half of this one.
Very entertaining half. I'll see you for the second half.
See you for the second half, John. Darien up 1-0 at the half. First round of the Class LL state tournament. We'll take a quick break and be back with more at the half. We are back at the half here. High school varsity girls soccer state playoff game between Darien and Danbury. Blue Wave up 1-0. Now yesterday, head coach Lori LaRusso and the Darien girls volleyball team played Greenwich at Greenwich in the first round of the state tournament. Unfortunately, the Blue Wave lost that match. Our very own Brendan Ross was at the match in Greenwich, and he joins us now at the half. And Brendan, a tough match for the Blue Wave. He shot some great visuals for us, as we're seeing on the screen now. But just talk to me a little bit about that match yesterday in Greenwich.
Yeah, it was a tough match. The girls, number 6 girls of, or number 27 girls of Darien traveled up to Greenwich to face off against number 6 Cardinals, like you said. The Wave lost 3-0, 3 sets to 0 from the Cardinals. The Wave came out in the first set very strong, coming with 16, losing the first set 25-16. But like for next year, their season is very is a bright future for their next season. They're only losing 4 seniors this year, that being Kelly Revelo, Faith Helms, Addie Shane, and Captain Caroline Martzoff. So the number 6 Greenwich Cardinals will be facing off against number 11 Newington. That will be November 9th, 5:30 at Greenwich.
Yeah, the Cardinals move on. It's been a tough couple of seasons for head coach Lori LaRusso and the Blue Wave. Obviously one of the dominant programs for years in the FCAC and in the state. You just go into the Darien High School gym and you see all those championship banners up on the walls of the gym.
Especially winning that the great accomplishment she had this year, winning the Coach of the Year for volleyball. It's just a great history with a coach, from having great scores and building a team that every year they can make the playoffs with, behind Alex Preston on the boys team to Isabel Taylor on the girls team. They just have a great, rich history on both sides.
You said it perfectly, rich history, and obviously she has done a tremendous job in recent years with the boys program specifically. Won a state championship last spring with Alex Preston, who you just mentioned. But one of the truly great coaches here on the Darien campus, Lori LaRusso, has done a terrific job with both volleyball programs, the boys and the girls. You're doing a terrific job directing this afternoon in this girls soccer match between Darien and Danbury. Had some great instant replay, and obviously both keepers, the freshman for Danbury and Chrissy Fiore, have played well in this first half.
They're, like you said, they're both playing very well. SEAC game, especially for a new keeper that it's her first time coming in for a state game. That's pretty impressive to have a couple of great saves.
Yeah, she's played well. Jessica Ferrandino, the keeper for Danbury. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the second half between Danbury and Darien. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, joined by John Bradley, the head coach of the Darien boys soccer team. Darien up 1-0 here at the half in their first round state playoff game against Danbury. We are now underway in the second half. And as I mentioned earlier, the Darien field hockey team will play tomorrow night in the state playoffs. 5:30 start at Stadium Field on the Darien campus. DAF Media will be doing that game as well. Hope you can join us for that, and thank you for joining us for this matchup here in the girls soccer state tournament.
Again, looking forward to a fun second half. It'll be interesting to see how both teams come out.
John, you were really impressed by that the play at such a high level in the first half with both of these teams.
As I said, I felt. I think together, our little crew over here has done 6 or 7 regular season games of Darien's home games, and this was by far the best of all. Which you think in a playoff game, both teams could be a little bit tense, a little bit cagey. That was the best half of soccer I think we've seen all season.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining first half between these two FCAC teams meeting up in the state tournament. Darien up 1-0. Emily D'Annunzio, the All-American, scoring that first half goal for the Blue Wave from outside the box.
And I think in today there's been a few interesting performances out there. I think Alana Dolan in midfield had a really good game in there next to Emily D'Annunzio.
We'll take a seat here. John is trying to figure out.
John's doing this on one leg.
What is more comfortable, sitting or standing? And I think he's reached the conclusion that standing might be a little bit better. We are under our tent here at the Oval.
Danbury come out strong here. I think they're, again, looking to put some pressure on, get the equaliser if they can.
Danbury in the royal blue. Darien in the black jerseys, and a nice clear.
That's a great touch there by Ramsey. Good. And this is the advantage of Emily D'Annunzio midfield, linking up the play well there.
That was a great clear by Eva Finn, number 24 for Darien.
Yeah, I think at the back
ago.
I think at the back today, as I said, Bergwall, Finn, now Niffin out here, all been incredibly solid, which is all that we need to really be. If they can be solid, and more importantly, the coaches will be looking for them to make the right decisions. If they defend well, make the right decisions, and allow the forwards to do their job. Crowd dismayed here as to what the ref has given. We'll take it though, because it's a free kick to Darien for something. But again, the intention here will be for the defenders to keep it tight, make the right decisions when they get the ball. It's a good delivery by Bravo.
And another shot by Kate Bellissimo and a save by Ferrandino. So the freshman keeper from Danbury picks up where she left off in the first half.
Excellent defending there by Anna Fox. Some really nice soccer here being played by Darien, and again, Rael there with some excellent defending. Been very impressed by the Danbury centre backs. Again, great crowd out here today. Well done there by Bellissimo. Fairly cagey start to the second half here. Throw it to Danbury at 20 yards into the Darien half. I think this game's going to be fairly tight for the next 5-10 minutes, and look for Danbury to really open up the game because they know they've got to get a goal. All right. Their state championship hopes are done for this year.
There's head coach Lee Parsons and his assistant Mike Fraioli, who've done such a terrific job. Lee Parsons, a Darien graduate. I believe class of 99. Yes, he is a class of 99 here at Darien.
Skies are getting grey. Hopefully it can hold off for another half an hour. Wouldn't want the rain to spoil this game. Again, fantastic game today from both teams. Great header there by D'Annunzio. Bravo can just seen Ramsey early. If this goes in behind, Ramsey could be in here.
Here's Ramsey. Almost gets behind the defense.
That's great defending. Again.
Victoria Court-Real, the senior defender, with a nice effort there.
Court-Real's one of the best players on the pitch today because she's really kept Ramsey in check, other than those couple chances in the first half, which is very difficult to do.
Ramsey had a couple of early opportunities, as you mentioned, at the start of the game. Class Double L State Tournament, first round. Darien, Danbury, the Blue Wave up 1-0. 3:52 left in the game. .42-41 left in the game, 3:52.
It was good, but it wasn't that
too
good.
cold, yeah.
Titan didn't fly that hit. She's off here. She's going to be looking to slide this in. Probably one player too many there. If she'd have just laid it off to the left, would have been a 1v1. It's a good ball back in.
And that rolls out of bounds. And a golly to throw it in.
Again, I think Danbury have been very comfortable on the ball today. Again, been very impressed with how they've played today. Good work there by Danbury. Again, a little bit too much there. If they could have kept the ball moving, they could have got in behind Darien there.
Here's Ramsey,
I think,
making a run down the near sideline. Goes through the legs of the Danbury defender.
It was unlucky.
Nice
there,
idea.
I think, yeah, it was a good idea. As I said, I think earlier in the move there, I think the definite foul that could have been given by the ref. We're not really sure with these two refs what's going on. Okay, you're never going to turn out of there against 3 Darien defenders. Again, well done there by Lana Doan. She's having a very, very good game today, picking up all the pieces in there, making sure Danbury can't break through the middle. And here she goes again with a great ball there. Again, known Lana Dolan for a long time now, and I said I think this is one of her best performances today. I said she's playing really, really well, breaking up the play from Danbury and then making all the right decisions and hitting the Darien players, Darien forwards early, figuring out when she's going to dribble, when she's going to pass. Said great game from her today.
D'Annunzio's all over the place, such an explosive player. Of course, had the first half goal that put Darien up 1-0, which is where we stand right now, with under 30 minutes left in the game.
Great work there by Danbury to get out of trouble. But again, it's very difficult. They're still in 4v1. That's a great turn. But again,
and a nice defensive effort by Nell Niffen.
It's a good turn. But again, so many Darien players back behind the ball and broken up again by Alana Donan.
John, what do you think Coach Parsons said to his team at the half? Obviously had to be pleased with the effort and the way they came out in this state playoff game.
Yeah, I think he would have said again. I think for both coaches, message would have been fairly similar. Both teams played well, keep going the same way. I think we're in a situation now, though, who's going to bend first, right? I mean, you can see the Danbury issue. The Danbury issue is not the defence, it's not in midfield, so they don't have enough bodies forward. She's still persevering with the one forward. Darien have kind of gone back into that formation as well. Darien looks to be playing just with Katie Ramsey up top. So I think we're in a case of who's going to blink first, right? If both teams carry on the same way, I think it's going to be very hard for Danbury to get a goal. I think Coach Hallis could definitely put another forward up top. Darien, as you can see, has gone back to putting Emily D'Annunzio into centre back.
Which obviously is her true natural position.
Looks like maybe I should quit coaching and keep commentating, because I think I called that one about an hour ago. Which I think Darien could have waited maybe a little longer to do that. I think I'd have felt more comfortable if we'd have got the second goal, because I said I don't really see Danbury scoring 3. But again, when you got one of the best defenders in the state and one of the best keepers in the state, if we can keep Danbury out for another 28 minutes, then that's all we need to do.
You know, John, I don't know if I've ever seen a high school soccer match where the goalie play has been this exemplary.
Oh, I mean today, as I said, that
both Fiore and Ferrandino have been terrific in this game.
There's been some unbelievable saves. I mean, you Americans are very generous when you put down goalie saves.
Yeah.
Saves. What implies a save?
Yeah,
a goalie
right,
can have 16 saves, of which one was good. Today,
it's a little like an assist in basketball, right?
A save, all right. But today, I mean, 2 or 3 from each keeper, outstanding saves.
Yeah.
I mean, if these two weren't in goal, we could be looking at a 3-3 tie at the moment.
Yep. One a senior and Chrissy Fiore, the other a freshman in Jessica Ferrandino.
I mean, Danbury in very, very, very safe hands the next 4 years. I mean, 3 more years of her in goal.
Yeah, she has really played well. Corner kick here for the Hatters.
They were looking to swing this in and cause some problems. That's a good corner. Emily D'Annunzio again. They better be careful to win this, because if Lauren Sol can get this to Ramsey.
Here's Ramsey, a breakaway for Darien here. And Ramsey strikes it and puts it in the back of the net. And Darien.
I think another interesting one to look back at here, because if my eyesight still serves me correct, that's a fantastic goal by Ramsey, but it'd be interesting to see. She looked to me as though she was, again, a couple yards offside, which, again, we're going to take it and not complain about it. But I'm really interested to see that back. Where she was, but again, doesn't matter to Darien, 2-0 up. With Emily D'Annunzio back there, I can go and get myself some hot chocolate and relax, because this game is finished.
Yeah, as we take another look at that Ramsey goal. Two 2-0 Darien. In the second half here.
It's a great finish by Ramsey. Yeah, as I said, the refs can't get them all right, and sometimes they're in the wrong positions, but it definitely looked as though we sneaked one in there with Ramsey being a couple yards offside. But
She gets
Still an
behind,
excellent finish.
She gets behind the defense and puts
Oh, it was fantastic.
up.
As I said, it's kind of, that's why you keep plugging away the first two in the first half, where she maybe could have gone around the keeper. When she saw the keeper come out early there, it's a great finish over the keeper's head.
Yeah, that was
very impressed with the
solid strike from Ramsey.
Very impressed with the decision there, not to wait too long. See the keeper coming out, and fantastic finish. As I said, I don't see any way back into this game now. Danbury would have to get on the scoreboard in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Probably not the best time to do your shoelace up, but it's got to be done.
2-0 Darien here, second half of this state tournament game. Class L state tournament. Chrissy Fiore handles that. Katie Ramsey has been such a fun player to watch this season. Of course, this sport might not be her best sport. She'll play lacrosse at USC after she leaves Darien.
Yeah, I think she's doing a little basketball this winter.
Play some basketball, as will Chrissy Fiore.
And again, it'd be interesting now, like I said a little while ago, if Coach Ellis is willing to roll the dice here again. She's going to have to put at least 2 forwards, if not 3. Otherwise, I just don't see them being able to get enough pressure. Yes, that's going to leave you a little bit open at the other end, but you're going to have to try and open this game up a little bit. I mean, it's the end of the season. Who cares if Darien gets another? But Ramsey away here. Again, good defending by Danbury. It's a great take, though, by Katie Ramsey.
John, we're having a little technical difficulty. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back on this live stream here from the Oval on the Darien High School campus. We are back here. First round state playoff game between Darien and Danbury. Blue Wave up 2-0. Damian Andrew, John Bradley joining you.
That's a great throw. Again, as I said, I think I sound like a broken record here, but unless Danbury take a couple of chances, and I'm a firm believer in why not, then I just don't see. I said persevering with 1 forward against this defence is no chance of getting on the score sheet.
John, we're going to just take a quick break here, and we will resume our live stream in just a moment. We are back here at the Oval on the Darien High School campus. The Blue Wave up 2-0 on Danbury in the first round game of the Class L state playoffs. Emily D'Annunzio scored a goal in the first half for Darien. Katie Ramsey with a second half goal. Damian Andrew, John Bradley. Here's Ramsey again, and a great save again by Jessica Ferrandino. And another great save from one of the two keepers in this game, John.
I mean, she's been outstanding today in the Danbury goal. Oh, well done by
Alana Dolan.
Alana Dolan, my player of the game today. Excellent. Oh, ref says no foul. Ref says foul. It's unbelievable. I think it's taken the refs a little bit long to get the whistle to the mouth. It's always the irony of having two refs. You have no idea what each one's calling and what each one's doing.
So a free kick here for the Hatters. Looks like Court Real will take it. Halfway through the second half.
Looks like she's going to try and get this on target. It's a good effort. Well defended by D'Annunzio.
D'Annunzio, as always, right place, right time. Makes the nice defensive effort for Darien.
Emily Bergwell, again, to me, one of the standouts this season. Really consistent. Stepped into a defensive position which she wasn't familiar with. But really, she settled in really well. Again, a midfielder or forward by trade. The old saying, play where your coach puts you, has fitted in well for her. I think she started every game this season at right back. So for all you younger ones watching this, watching games, be flexible and be versatile in where you play. It gives you ability to get on the field in 10 different ways.
So the clock has stopped here at 15:41 in the second half. Injured player down on the field. Danbury head coach Jessica Hallis and her trainer out on the field to tend to the injured player. Obviously, John, you never like to see that. 2-0 Darien. We're going to take a quick break, and we will resume our live stream here at Darien High School. We are back underway here at Darien High School. Class L state tournament match between the Blue Wave and Danbury. Darien up 2 goals here in the second half. About 15 minutes left in the game. Blue Wave hold on to win this. They will play again on Thursday in the second round. Darien, the eighth seed coming into this tournament. Of course, lost in the first round of the conference tournaments to Ridgefield, 1-0 at Ridgefield. Tough loss, but they have had some time out. They have been well rested, and they have looked really sharp in this game against Danbury. Here's Katie Ramsey on the far side of the field. We will try to bring you post-game reaction from Darien head coach Lee Parsons after this one.
I said 14 minutes there. Good turn there by Natalie Bravo.
We talked about some of the players who Darien will have back next season. Natalie Bravo, one of the top returning players for the Blue Wave next year. Just a junior.
Good turn there by Alan. Yeah, I've had the privilege of coaching Natalie for 5 or 6 years, and complete player in my opinion. Reads the game really well, strikes the ball better than half the boys that I coach, and really has ability to control the game. But I said, you look at the team now. Alana Dolan's back, Ava Finn's back, Fox is back, Bellissimo, Near Finn. There's some players who haven't actually got in today that I speak highly of. Harnish is back, Olivia Yu, Sophie Corlisi. There's some great freshmen coming in. Caroline Alfanos will be looking to step up and take that goalie position. So again, the cupboard is not bad. I'm looking for big things again from Darien next season. But I just think the way they're playing is extremely positive with self-belief. The way the draw falls, as I said, you're going to face Shelton or I think it's South Windsor in the next round.
I believe so.
Which I think Darien is, obviously you've got to go and show it on the field. And then the next game after that, if the draw plays out how it will, would be Suffield away. And I think Darien has the ability to go on the road and beat Suffield. It's happened many times before where an 8 beats a 1. I think Darien's got the ability to beat them. I think they've. Now the main thing now is just don't get Danbury any hope here.
Danbury on the attack. Bergwall clears it away. And here's Harnish on the far side of the field.
As I said, I'm a believer, and I think next week we'll be looking at a Darien trip to the state semis, which hasn't happened in a while. And again, it's all about self-belief at this stage of the season. Said the way the coaches changed things up today with Emily D'Annunzio into midfield. Once you get that goal,
that proved to be a stroke of genius by head coach Lee Parsons to move her up into the midfield.
As I said, what you sacrifice a little bit, but you can afford to. It's a great header, but you can afford to is because you have Christine Fiore in goal. Even though there was 2 or 3 really good chances by Danbury in the first 5-10 minutes, ultimately they didn't score. We did. We picked up the second goal, and now most teams in the state will struggle to score against this defence and Christine Fiore in goal, let alone score 2 or 3 times. So I think, again, it's a sacrifice you make by moving what I'd consider one of the best players, not only in the state, but, again, with her selection for the All-American game, she's clearly one of the best players in the country. That's good work there by Danbury. It's a great strike. Unlucky. And, again, another save that Christine Fiore makes look routine. So I would expect on Thursday Darien to come out with the same game plan of keeping D'Annunzio in midfield to start the game. And again, if you got to give up a little bit in defence, so be it. Again, but I think that Finn, Niffin, Bergwall, Fox all did a great job today. And all you got to do is be competent and smart in there. As long as they make the right decisions, stay tight to their players, Fiore can take care of the rest in there. And it gives us more opportunity to go forward, create some more chances, and put games away.
Yeah, well said, John. I would imagine Coach Parsons has to be very pleased with the way his team came out right from the start in this one. A lot of energy. They look to be back almost 100% health-wise. I know it is late in the season, but
yeah, I'd be interested. I think
that time off after that Ridgefield loss in the conference tournament has certainly paid dividends.
Going off the top of my head here, I didn't see Nora Brown today, so I presume that she's still out. I think she broke her nose. And Lauren Larissa, I'm not sure if she's back from her concussion yet. But they're the only two noticeable faces. So again, it's great to be healthy this time of year as well. And you can look now, great header there by Lana Dolan. And again, if we can just keep this tight, get out of here in the next 9 minutes with no injuries, get out of here before the heavens open, it'll be a perfect day.
Be perfect.
I'd love to help you clean the stuff up, but on my one leg, it could be a tricky affair. You've got the dream team of boys here. I think they'll be...
we do have a dream team. Connor Darby, Jack Roberson, Kara Tracy, and Brendan Ross.
And I think we're about to find out how quickly they can put the equipment away.
Part of our production crew at the DAF Media Network.
Again, I think the boys and yourself have done a fantastic job today. There's a lovely crowd out here as well. And for anyone sitting at home or sitting in an office, the ability to watch these games without moving is a luxury. And what the DAF have done, putting these games on, is unbelievable.
Well, thank you very much, John. Very kind words. And we have about 70 people, I think, viewing us this afternoon. And they have been entertained by a really well-played soccer match between these two high school girls varsity programs, Darien and Danbury. The Blue Wave up 2-0.
Again, Darien will just be looking to wind this down here in the last 7 minutes. And I'm not sure what time the Shelton game is. Usually Shelton play night games, so I'm guessing 4 or 6 o'clock.
I believe it was a 4:30 start time. So that's about almost less than an hour away. There's Leah Dolan. Excuse me, Erica Cromer. You talk about some of the youth on this Danbury team. Cromer, only a sophomore, number 18 for them.
Yeah, as I said, they've played very well today. As I said, on another day, they could have scored 1 or 2 goals very early on. I mean, Fiore made a couple of fantastic saves in there. Again, 6 minutes to go here.
Two 2-0 Darien up on Danbury here in the first round of the Class Double-L state tournament. And a nice save by Chrissy Fiore. She has had a bunch of them in this match with Danbury.
Again, Danbury have been very positive in these last 5-10 minutes in getting opportunities and pushing forward. So I mean, Coach Hallis has to be impressed with that. And also, as I said, they've got a bright future as well. I think Danbury will be back, and the program she's built over there. As I said, I hate to put them in that bracket, but when I was on the girls' side for over 10 years, Danbury was in that group of 5-6 teams at the bottom of the league that you counted as a win before the season even started. Now, as I said, they're always there or thereabouts, and it shows you the depth of the league that a team like Danbury has given Darien a great run for their money today and made the state tournament, and a team like West Hill, who's arguably got 2 of the best players in the state as well, couldn't even make the state tournament.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just shows what Coach Hallis has done there in the program she's built and how she's turned around Danbury, who used to be walkovers, if that's the right word.
Definitely has done a terrific job, Coach Hallis, in building the Danbury program. You mentioned West Hill. Of course, your assistant coach, Linda Village, a standout at West Hill back in the day. West Hill has produced a number of quality soccer players through the years on the girls' side.
Probably this season, probably the biggest surprise in both boys and girls that they couldn't get 6 wins to get in the state tournament. I mean, they have an outstanding goalie over there, two unbelievable players in Benz and Dente, and it's just I think they were the biggest surprise in both boys and girls not to even qualify for states. But I said Danbury should be proud of how they've done today. On another day with a different goalie, they may well have won this game.
And again, John, the Darien field hockey team will be playing in the state tournament tomorrow night. Their first game of states against Hall out of West Hartford, William H. Hall High School. They will make the trip down here to southwestern Connecticut and play the Blue Wave, the 5 seed in the Class L state tournament. And of course, another matchup, a third matchup with Norwalk looming in the second round. Norwalk bears the 4 seed in the Class L state tournament. And the DAF Media Network will be broadcasting tomorrow night's field hockey game from Stadium Field here at Darien High School.
I think that third matchup is looming, and it's going to be very interesting. I think Darien, again, have the ability. They've got some smart players in there, some fantastic coaching, and I think they've definitely got the ability here to go all the way and bring home the state championship. Got to also give a little shout out to the 2 Darien teams who played in the travel Connecticut Championship this weekend. The U15 girls, so unlucky, they were 3-1 up, just lost in overtime 5-3. But again, they were the first team since '07 to make the finals of the Connecticut Cup, which is all the towns from all over Connecticut. And to the U13 boys who won it 1-0. So they're the first champions Darien's had since Mr. Parsons played way back in the early 90s. So again, that was a fantastic achievement for the Darien under-13 boys to win the Connecticut State Cup Championship. Good effort on that. Good effort there by Sophie Cortolisi there. Again, just 1 minute left to go here. Everyone's trying to get out of here before the rain comes. Well, last 20 seconds here. It's been lovely. I'm going to go and clear my schedule for 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. Great defending there by Emily D'Annunzio to keep the clean sheet.
John, it has been a pleasure. Before you take off, though, just going to get a couple of final comments from you as we're going to try to get head coach Lee Parsons for a quick interview here this afternoon. Darien beats Danbury 2-0 as you see the players run onto the field and head over to Chrissy Fiore, who played well, to say the least, in goal for Darien. I mean, she was just dynamic, as was the Danbury keeper, Jessica Ferrandino, only a freshman. But Chrissy Fiore proving why she is regarded as one of the top keepers in the state of Connecticut. Again, the final score, 2-0 Darien. They move on to the second round of the Class LL state tournament. We will be right back with some post-game reaction. We are back. Again, Darien beats Danbury 2-0 in the first round of the state tournament. It is starting to rain here, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to bring you that Lee Parsons post-game interview. But the Blue Wave move on to the second round of the Class LL state tournament with a 2-0 win over Danbury. For John Bradley, Kara Tracy, Brendan Ross, Jack Roberson, and Connor Darby, I am Damian Andrew, and this has been a production of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great night, everybody.